At least that's all I ever hear on my radio.
Sweeney, Slackjack. Good evening, it's DJ Graham with a short DJ set for a virtual night at the Square, Harlow. God, I miss that place. My second home, and yours too, I'm sure. See you all down the rugby club soon, hopefully, to relive some of that Square magic, minus the sticky carpets. 3 from the Stalkbeat compilation now, Gangsters and Pete the Meat and the Boys on the way after Newtown Neurotics with licensing hours.
these losses in hours. I realise it's ain't no Doff's house and I do have a home to go to. But you see, my friends agree with me when I say I've had enough of you. You've got a job to do, but you're ruthless too when you're down. We'll make sure it's done. Well, I ain't drunk yet, but you're a pain in the neck. I said something's gonna happen, and these losses in hours. We love your losses in hours. La la la, losses in hours. We love your losses in hours. La la la, losses in hours. Yes we do. Yes we do. Yes we do. Oh yes we do. Give me your glasses. I want your glasses. Give me your glasses now. Give me your glasses. I want your glasses. Give them to me, then get out. Well, I don't listen to you. You can stand behind me, but we burn down my back. 'Cause I ain't drunk yet, but you're a pain in the neck. I said something's gonna happen, and these losses in hours. It's very hard to restrain yourself when you're being dragged down at the door. And it's hard to be drunk and disorderly when they won't serve you anymore. Spend the night in a cell, or for the sake of a bell that you didn't hear anyway. Well, I ain't drunk yet, but you're a pain in the neck. I said something's gonna happen, and your license in hours, and your license in hours, and your license in hours, and your license in hours. He's an all-American kind of guy, makes all-American women sign. He doesn't drink, he doesn't smoke, he's a regular decent kind of bloke. His hair is short, his jaw is square, he never cheats or waits like fair. Who is this Superman, they say, who saves the world 10 times a day? Is that a bird or is that a plane? Flying above the houses. He catch a bullet, he can stop a train, but he always forgets his trousers. There is a man who's called Clark Kent. His girlfriend Lois thinks he's bent. When he hears a trouble on the news, he steps into Superman shoes. As a hero flies into the dark, Lois wonders where is Clark. Why is he never to be found when Superman's around? Is that a bird or is that a plane? Flying above the houses. He catch a bullet, he can stop a train, but he always forgets his trousers. Right, that is.
who said I watch the TV and die for you. And I know I'm saying if there were for the rock and roll we all live for. All the town and the kids, all the town. We live in all cause it's fun. We got a TV and we got the sun. The kids in all our darling, oh I know. We got the drugs, we got the sound. There's always got the TV on. Shut up, I'm watching a documentary. All the things we learn from tomorrow's world, cause it all's meant to be. All the town is, all the town. He's always looking in his house. The only thing he cares about home improvements and the movie stars. Yeah, it's trouble to get out. All the town and the kids, all the town. We live in all cause it's fun. Got the TV and a wink at the sun. The kids in all the don't hang around. Got the trucks, we got the sound.
Gangsters with Harlow Town. Before that it was Pete the Meat and the Boys with Superman, and ahead of that Newtown Neurotics. Square legends all, and those three tracks can be found on the Stalkbeat compilation. Something from Sam Ashford and the Pelly Roccos will follow a great band who played at the Square a few times, Rotating Leslie with Fire Fire.
Take my hand, I won't make you sorry.
Sam Ashford and the Pele Roccos with Feeling Like Yeah Yeah. And before that, it was Rotating Leslie. Stay tuned to a virtual night at the Square for some archive footage and a special guest headliner set, amongst other things. And I'll leave you now with the awesome X-Square staff talents of Liz and Bill, aka Elizabeth Florence, and we could be looking for the same thing.
Oh, Smithy, great idea. So, what does the square mean to me? Basically, this. Were you born in a barn? Yet you, yes. Door, Christ. That's what the square means to me.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our virtual night at the Square. I've got quite emotional actually, just watching all the comments and people chatting to each other. I've managed to be self-isolating in another dimension where we won, and I'm allowed to sit in a downstairs bar. So thank you to Graham for sticking together that DJ set for us at very short notice. And what one of the things I loved about what Graham did there was he chose that last track by a couple of by Bill and Liz, who used to work at the Square in various different roles. And what it highlighted to me was when can they come back to Harlow and play a gig? And I know there's various places that are doing stuff, but there's nowhere like the Square, and there's nowhere like the Square that's encouraging creative people like that to do that kind of thing. So anyway, I'm not going to get too bogged down with all that kind of emotional stuff. So what have we got coming up tonight? We've got some exclusive live performances from across the world, actually. We've got people who, in their homes, in their isolation, have performed especially for you guys. So we'll play out some of those. We're going to catch up with the other guys that used to run the square with me, with Goose, Richard, and Steve, and Dave, our venue manager. We're going to hopefully get them in on this chat very soon. We've got some messages from some old friends that we're going to play out, and some archive footage to go with that. And we've got a competition, and I'll tell you about the competition in a bit. It helps if you've got Zoom, because you need to jump in on this, but I'll explain all that in a little while. So keep the comments coming, because I am trying to keep up with them, but let us know where you're watching from. We've got Graham over in California, a load of Harlow people that have moved out of Harlow. Let us know where you're watching from. And if you've got any shout outs, anyone's birthday today, let us know. And what else have we got going on? Right. So we've got a summer party that we're doing. It's still booked in for the 4th of July, but every day things are changing. If we have to postpone it, that's what will happen. We won't cancel it. We'll postpone it. Everyone who's already booked tickets, your tickets will remain valid. If you can't make it, you can get a refund, all that kind of usual stuff. But what we have also been invited to do is book a day at Linkfest. So that's currently scheduled for the August bank holiday, and we'll be doing the Saturday day, night. Everything's kind of in place. All the licenses in place. Obviously, the stage there, the bandstand, the PA's been paid for, all the security's been paid for. Everything's been paid for apart from the bands. And we want to put on a decent day of music representing the square, everything that we used to do, everything that you love about it. And to do that, we need some money to pay for the bands. I was hoping that the timing would be right, that we could do the summer reunion, and any profit that I make from that, I would put towards putting on this community event at Linkfest. I'm not sure time-wise how that's going to work, but we have got a GoFundMe page. So if you want to contribute, if you want to see the square all day in the town park, then please contribute to the GoFundMe. I know times are tough at the moment; they're always tough, but every little helps. So even if it's whatever, I'm not going to put a figure there. If you can contribute, then that would be great. I love it. Look, I signed up a new Zoom account because apparently if it's your first meeting, they go, running out of time, we've removed a 40-minute time limit. Good, love it, is what it says. So yeah, please feel free to contribute to that. I won't bang about that too much, but I'll put the link in the comments. I'll put it up on the screen, and I will mention it again, just so you don't forget. Right, let's see who is in the waiting room. Hello. From his studio, there he is. Can you hear us?
What? Yes. I was watching. You're still talking on Facebook.
That's the delay that we discussed. How you doing? You all right?
I'm all right. I'm good. Hold on. Let me
Good,
just turn that
good.
down so I can hear just one of you. Look, I love the sound of your voice, but not twice.
No. Yeah, one's enough. One's enough. So I managed to break into the downstairs bar.
yeah. It looks. The lighting looks good.
It's nice, isn't it? Yeah, I managed to found a pint as well. Oh god, it kind of a disguised
magic
pint.
Fantastic.
Magic pint. Right, Richard, say hello to everyone. Everyone's there.
Hello, everyone.
Right, let's do this in order of sensibility. Is that a word? Let's see.
Yep.
Has he got his clothes on?
Oh, you going for Goose?
Oh, you upstairs? You upstairs?
I am, yeah. How you doing?
Good.
Oh, look
Good.
at that. Never stop.
Richard's in the studio and you're upstairs. This is good.
Yeah, no, we thought we'd spread ourselves out.
Even the stage has got smaller, or Steve is huge.
Yeah, I'm a little bit. I need to trim down. That's what's happened with the isolation. No exercise.
Yeah. It's about
Right.
9 foot wide.
Cool. Do I dare click on the next admit button? Here he comes. Are you ready for this?
He's unlikely to have his clothes on, is he?
We have done a trial. There he is.
Hey!
Hang on a minute, I've just lost me.
Oh no, we've got you.
Oh, there you go. Hang on, chats, before we do anything, someone get me a JD and Coke and put it on my comps list. West Midlands.
It must be running to 2 or 3 volumes now, isn't it?
Yeah, it must be. Yeah. How are you? All right?
All right, mate.
Cool.
Good.
All good,
Well,
all good.
Steve, how come you at the square?
I know. I snuck in. They can't stop us.
Oh, cool. Where's
Steve-
Dave?
Dave is in the waiting room. I was going to bring him in later. Should we just let Dave in now? Who wants to see Dave?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, come on in, Dave. He's not there. He's fallen asleep. Is he asleep?
No.
Hello.
There he is.
Dave.
Dave.
Hey.
Hello. I'm going to turn the computer off.
Oh, there's a bit of a loop going on there.
That's it. See, everyone wants
It's
to
me.
hear your wide words from earlier.
There's some comments coming
Is
in.
it gone?
Richard engineered my first gig at the Square back in '91 when I was 16, and Steve taught me how to twiddle the knobs.
Oh,
Excellent.
said that.
That's good.
You've done that for mostly
I
everybody.
got the better end of that deal, Steve.
Yeah.
Steve taught us all how to twiddle the knobs.
How's things,
I'll go
Dave?
there
Are
again.
you there?
For
Can you
Dave.
hear me?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
here.
yeah. Dave's
Yeah,
got a great
yeah.
shirt on. I was thinking of doing another run of these shirts. So if anyone wants a Square T-shirt, I think that's what we'll do to put towards the fundraiser as well. We'll flog some shirts, and any profit from that can go towards this GoFundMe for the summer all dayer.
Got me lava lamp.
Got your
Hello.
lava lamp.
Wait for it to heat up so the wax starts moving. But Smithy, is there many people having a look, do you know? On...
Yeah, got 141, which is better than most of the gigs I put on.
Oh.
More people than watch Blur, more people than watch Snow Patrol, more people than watch Biffy Clyro.
Oh, brilliant. More people came to me when I DJ'd.
Yeah, exactly. I know. Do you know what? I was really, really proud of Graham there because his numbers were going up. The more that Graham DJ'd, the more people joined. So big up Graham.
Lunch.
Good sign.
There's some other concert on tonight, some other live event on, isn't there, or something involving a cast of about 1,000
Galore.
bands on all night, isn't there? Something?
There's a
Am
lot
I
of
right
stuff
about that?
on.
Actually, very quickly, whilst we're here together, I've heard tonight that the lockdown thing, they're looking at doing a free stage thing, and they reckon that bars, pubs, and restaurants won't be open until after the summer, i.e., autumn time and onwards. Yeah, fucking long time.
We haven't got a bar to open.
They reckon they got a vaccine by September time, but they reckon they're going to start doing the non-essential work people in the next couple of months, like end of May time, something like that, June, and then bars, pubs, and places like that. It's going to be after the summer.
It's an
Right,
exclusive.
I'm in no rush to get back
It's
to
an
work.
exclusive.
So, there you go.
All right, well,
Every
that's
week-
another few episodes of this.
Back.
Well, with that in mind, obviously there's another 3 weeks of this lockdown, and going forward, we should have been doing this kind of thing with the Square's Facebook page anyway. But obviously, it takes some situations to force you into doing things or to remind you. So, hey, it's Vicky. So, going forward, everyone who's watching, if you've got memories of the Square, you want to do shout outs, if you was in a band and we've got a video of you or something's on YouTube, let us know and we'll include it in the forthcoming shows. You'll see what we've done with some of the other footage that we've already got in this show. And if you want to contribute, then yeah, let us know what you've got. Right, if I'm going to keep to my tight schedule, we used to always run over, but we've got 1 minute before I hit play on the first performance. So let me introduce it, and then we'll catch up with everyone after. Goose can top up his drink.
Oh.
But so one of the videos, one of the performance. This is an exclusive performance that was recorded especially for this event tonight for everyone watching. Henri Herbert, who first played at the Square in the Jim Jones review, but later returned with his own band. But actually, one of the best gigs I think he ever done was in the downstairs bar on the New Year's Eve when we thought we were closing for good. Just him and a piano and an absolutely packed bar was brilliant. Henry moved to Texas last year, but he's been kind enough to record a special performance, especially for you guys. So I'm now going to play that.
Right, Smithy mate, just want to send a big hello to the old Square crowd. Hope everyone's doing good and hope we can have a massive party when this is over. And can we source some of that Goldschlager shit that still gives me nightmares? Just a question, asking for a friend. Cheers, guys.
Okay, thanks everyone. So thank you very much to Henri Herbert for providing that. I mean, it's ridiculous the way he plays.
I can do that. I can do that with my eyes closed.
Using your feet.
All the best ones could, couldn't they?
I learned that just by watching him.
So yeah, no, really, thank you, Henri, for providing that for us. Yeah, I was going to talk about Henri. I mentioned he played it with the Jim Jones Review. That's where he first started at the Square. Came back with his own band, played that crazy set on New Year's Eve. Good on him. Cheers. We've got a bit of time. We can have a quick chat. What have you been up to?
Oh,
anyone?
Same old to a certain degree, I guess. But because some of it's remote working now, some of mine stuff hasn't changed.
I was just wondering, Steve, have you been doing anything with Soho Radio? Something tells me.
We've still been doing the show. We've been doing all our interviews via Zoom, and then doing all the hosting of the shows, like one host in Manchester, one in London, one in Harlow, and then putting it all together. And so it's still going out every week. But
you must be one of the longest running shows on the station now, surely. You was there from the very start.
Yeah, we were there at the start, and I think there were only a few. There's only a few that are still there from the beginning. So it's 6 years, I think now.
Jeez.
So,
well done. That's good.
Still going. Still going.
Is Ben watching tonight?
Sorry,
Ben watching tonight? Do you know if Ben's watching tonight?
I hope so. My colleague from the radio.
Ben, if he is,
he should be.
So we're thinking in future. Richard's in his home studio, but he's got lots and lots of old recordings of Square stuff there, basically. So in future, we're thinking
some might call them bootlegs, but I'm glad you didn't.
We're going to
and bondage gear apparently.
So what we're thinking of doing in future, possibly, is basically there's loads of unidentified stuff, possibly recordings of bands that played at the Square, and there's no markings on the tapes as to who it was. So we might do a name that tune to help us out.
Yeah, I've got a few of those. We had this thing, didn't we? We used to buy bulk tapes. So we used to buy loads and loads of bulk boxes of black tapes, and usually in the rush at the end of the session or whatever, I used to throw them in the corner. I'll take that home without actually writing anything on it. So I do have dozens of tapes with no name on. That there's a few programs in that.
We could do a live help us identify who it is.
Yeah. In fact, on a serious note, we're talking about the fact that we did used to do an awful lot of recording at the Square, and I do have a shed full of multi-track master tapes, actually.
Bodies.
Which belong to,
prostitutes. Dead prostitutes. A shed full of dead prostitutes.
I think I've got a button here. What's that? Mute. There it is.
Yeah. What I was going to say is we've had a couple of requests recently from people asking about recordings that were made at the Square. Well, if you were one of those bands who recorded at the Square, we might be able to get you your tapes back soon, because I've emptied the boxes. I just need to make a list of who it is and then get in touch with us, and we'll reunite you with your master tapes.
Yeah, I've got all the old videos as well, and I've got what were the videos that can't be played in a video player?
SVHS.
No, it's not SVHS. No, I've got an SVHS player. Funnily enough.
We've got some betas as well somewhere.
There's something. It had all the Omid Jalili and loads of that on a Friday stuff.
Yeah. Oh, that's going to be the U-Matic.
That's the one. What is that? What is that?
That's the mastering format before all the beta stuff.
Well,
old school.
Loads and loads of that. It still exists in my shed, in my garage. So at some point we need to go for. I started digitising it, but you have to watch it all in real time, the way I was doing it, and there was a load of rubbish that I was watching as well. So Right, anyway, we're going to move on with the next segment of this show. We've had a brilliant piece contributed here from someone who you should all be familiar with, whether it was from him working behind the bar, whether it was on stage, or whether it was him just being vile and getting banned from the place. But yeah, over to Pete.
As a teenage punk rocker, we was always looking for somewhere to hang out in Harlow, and basically there wasn't anywhere. So we gravitated to the Playhouse purely for underage drinking. Really, there was nothing else going on there. And then friends of mine mentioned about the Square, and it was sort of sold to me as it was like a biker bar, biker hangout. So that really wasn't an option because, back then it was very tribal and quite a lot of intolerance out on the streets. So, yeah, I wasn't overly impressed. But then a good friend of mine, Ruggs, who had a local punk band called Defects, they played there I think it must have been the summer of '81. So I went along and, like I say, back then there was no stage. It was just like a large rug on the dance floor, if you like, and that was it. Not sure if I was going to get fucking killed by hairy bikers or something, Didn't leave much of an impression, but then it's only some months later in December, my punk band, Obscene Toys, played their very first gig there. And that's when I realised there's something here, this has got a lot of potential to be great, Done the gig, got banned. And I didn't go back there for a few months. I think they lifted the ban early in '82. And again, we supported another local band. And that's when I thought, this is the place. This is definitely the place. This is like a complete oasis, and sanctuary even. And so we played that gig, got banned. This time, I think it was for skinheads glue snipping in the bogs. I mean, what the fuck that's got to do with me? I have no idea. A lot of the other kids started gravitating there, and it became like a little scene there. It was just magnificent, and as you all know, it developed into something even bigger and better. You don't know a good thing until you've lost it, and boy did we lose it. I worked behind the bar, DJ'd, played God knows how many times in bands. Obviously when I was younger, I kind of abused it, if I'm honest. In later life, maybe I took it a little bit for granted, which, more fool me, eh? It was a home from home. There were so many great bands, great artists there. I met so many cool people, made long-lasting friendships. It saddens me, actually, because the generations coming up, I mean, how the hell are they going to express themselves,
is a graveyard. You can't fool me again.
I think, yep, we're back on right now. I've just got to turn that down. So yeah, cheers very much to Pete for, I think, summing up the square for a lot of people there in what he said. And then we had a bit of antibodies. So what we're going to talk about now, let me just check on my list. Yeah, explain the competition. So we've got a competition. So fingers crossed, if everything goes well, we're going to be doing our square summer reunion like we did last year. It might get postponed. Let's just see how things go. Not going to make any decisions right now. Every day things are changing, but it won't get cancelled. It'll get postponed. So if you've bought a ticket, don't worry, your ticket's valid, etc., etc. So the competition is to win 2 pairs of tickets. So if you haven't bought your tickets yet, now is your chance to win a couple for the date whenever it happens. So what you need to do, and we did try and get this across, you need to be using Zoom. And in the comments for this chat, I'm going to post the invite to this meeting. And what you'll do is you'll join a waiting room. And at random, I'm going to select someone from the waiting room and you need to answer the question. Don't need any hellos, don't need anything. It's a bit like this morning. You just need to blurt out the answer. And if you get it wrong, you go back in the waiting room and someone else comes in.
Are we allowed to join in or not?
I don't know if you know the answer. I'm just trying to get the link, actually. Sorry, I'm messing this
Well, no, if I can win the ticket, that's all.
You need to be there.
Where are you going, Richard?
DJ.
Keep freezing, Richard.
Can't find.
You guys talk for a minute whilst I get the link. What have I done with that?
Blah, 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 blah.
Oh, that's what it is. He's just looking for booze.
Richard, you keep freezing, son. What's going on?
I am
You turned into a fucking robot or something.
Like a visual Norman Collier.
It's probably this shoddy equipment I nicked from the square.
Yeah, I knew this would be too good to be true. Right, where's my bloody meeting link? I wonder if I can get it off.
It was quite slick up until now, wasn't it?
Yeah, you were doing so well.
I know, just pressing play on stuff. So, there we go. Look, copy invitation. Right, so everybody.
Technically, you need to catch up, Rich. That's your problem, son. You need to catch up, technically.
Right, so in the comments now for this video, copy, paste, meeting, enter.
So hopefully someone will know
There
the
it
answer.
is, there it is. Adam Smith is inviting you to a scheduled Zoom meeting, blah, blah, blah. Join us. Right, there's a link there. Click on that link and you'll be put in the waiting room. And when we come back in a bit, we're going to let someone in. Right, the question is, here's the question. Who headlined last summer's Square Summer Reunion? Don't comment it. Don't talk about it. Put yourself in the waiting room. And if we let you in and you answer that correctly, you're the winner. That's it. Does that sound all right? Who headlined
That's
last
easy.
summer's Square Reunion?
It's Eddie and the Hot Rods. Everyone knows that.
Click the Zoom link. Get yourself in the waiting room. And when we come back in a bit, we'll let somebody in. Right, we're going to have a bit of a musical interlude now again. So these are another couple of videos that have been recorded especially for this event for you guys watching. And I'm really actually chuffed with these. So we're going to have the Mike Lenson band, who Mike was commenting earlier that back in the day he played in other bands and Richard recorded some of their stuff. And in the more recent years he was back with the Mike Lenson band, played quite a few times at the Square. And prior to that, we're going to have Keiren Mitchell from Spiral Soul, who has recorded a classic Spiral Soul song, especially for this tonight. What we're going to do after that, right?
That guitarist Moriarty was shit, wasn't he?
We're gonna play that, and then there's going to be another piece of music after that. We've got a little while actually, but then so how long have you got? You've got about 10-15 minutes of some quality music coming up. A nice message from another friend of the Square as well with that, and then after that we'll hopefully have someone or a couple of people ready to answer the quiz question. Let's see how we go.
Gives them too much time to Google the answer.
Well, now you've just told them how to do it. It's not hard, is it? Most of them were there. Most of them would have seen it, hopefully.
That'd be cheating.
There's still a photo of them as our profile thing. It's not, it's not hard. Right, I'll post that link again for people because they're saying no link, no link. I'll try and find it and post it out during this next piece of music. Anyway, cheers, Mike. Cheers, Keiren, for providing these pieces of music, especially for us.
inside. Just wanna be cool like David's hat, and I won't do that. And I just don't see how you justify your day. We turns months, then the years just fall away. And then it grips, holds on tight around your neck, until the grave from the cradle's just a phase. Whoa, back to the start, where you know just how it is. You'll never make it, you couldn't make it if you tried. Oh, what do you know? Everyone's got a little place to go, and you know I want to look back. I wanna be cool like David's hat. So you say me, traveling clean, get a good job and be a father of three. 'Cause you know I want to look back. I wanna be cool like David's hat. Just wanna be cool like David's hat, and I won't do that. Don't think I'll make it. I try not to fake it. I don't think I'll make it. Oh, what do you know? Everyone's got a little place to go. And you know I want to that. I wanna be cool like David's hat. Do you see me? Traveling clean, get a good job and be a father of three. 'Cause you know.
When you're flying, some people wanna shoot you down, 'cause you with a jealous frown. You only care to hold you down. Sometimes it's well from cynical and overrun with selfish fool. Sometimes the only way you can get by, you shoot with other flames. I just keep on walking tall. Yeah, you could shoot with other flames. I see right through your judgment call. You can't break me down, no. There's no substance, there's no judgment in a shallow mind. Somebody really is something going bound, holding up for solid ground. Yeah, sometimes it's well for cynical and overrun with selfish folk. Sometimes the only way you can get by, we can shoot with other flames. I just keep on walking tall. Yeah, you can shoot with other flames. See right through your judgment call. You can't break me down, no. it down. No. Can't bring us down, no. Hey, hey, hey.
Bloody hell. Door! Bastards.
Hey, it's Ant from Collapsed Lung. Cheers to Adam and everybody involved with the Square for putting these things together in these difficult times, trying to keep these memories and this community that was built up at the Square alive. I've said it before and I say it again. I wouldn't have done any of the stuff I did in music. I probably wouldn't have my job teaching at university level now if it wasn't for the Square. So I'm always grateful for it and hopeful that one day we'll at least get something similar in Harlow again. So look, I hope you're staying safe and let's just keep going and get out the other side of it.
We are the land of the twitching curtains, roles are certain and the rules ain't broken. And the people living only want the best for themselves and people like them. Time and time again, there's a party going on in my front yard. No booze, no music, and no cars. Just have a speech out about the lovers and the matter with the weathers. Turn to bring the nose and the nevers. The people on the street where I live watch me come and go. Watching the suspicion, what's my mission? I'm a sanitary exhibition, facing extradition. I may be washing curtains in the kitchen. I may be social effort. I may be quite a catch. I'm not working all middle, semi-detached. I'm a pigeon in a hole for the people in the know. They turn on the stereos and watch it unfold. Na 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 na. Everything's alright in London tonight. Na 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 na. Everything's alright in London tonight, yeah. Opportunity knocks, they like a London tonight, cause it's the sun on the box. Can't be a kid without a chicky box. They like a London tonight, cause it's the sun on the box. They got drive by shoutings, drive through queues of 14, 16s, Smith Andrews. Burgers out of business in the high street. We get it our way, you get it cheap. What do you mean? Sing la 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 la
Thank you.
Thank you.
Everything's all right in Harlow tonight.
So, thank you very much to Ant there for that introduction. And Collapse Lung. That's you, Steve.
It is.
That way. Very enjoyable. What were Collapse Lung up to?
At the moment, we were supposed to be doing a couple of shows, obviously, which is no longer happening. There was like a Euro 96 thing that was supposed to be sort of like
It's a bit late for that, isn't it?
Well, it was like how many times? 5? How many different championships we had since then? But they were doing like an anniversary thing, and that was supposed to happen at Chapman Park at the Dome, but so that's not happening. But we've been starting the process of writing new material. Basically, that's the beginnings of that, and we've just announced a new show that we're supporting Populate Yourself and Utah Saints.
I saw that
in October.
Ooh.
So we haven't supported Utah Saints, I don't think, since Colchester in 93 or 4. So that should be quite entertaining.
Cool, very good. Right, we're going to try now to get on with the competition. So, some people, sorry, the link, I did send the link out. I've posted it a few times. Some people have worked it out because there's people in the waiting room. So, this is how this works. The question was, who headlined the Square Summer Reunion last year? And I'm about to let somebody into the meeting, and hopefully all they need to do is say the name of the band. And if they do that, they win the tickets. Are we ready?
Go.
At random.
Eddie and the Cold Rods.
Oh, God, he's trying.
Oh, no.
What's your answer?
Can I do it?
What's your answer?
Go.
At random. It's you, Amy. You're on now, right now. You just need to tell us the answer.
Prawn.
Oh, God, he's trying.
Oh, no.
Answer. It was King Prawn.
Can I do it?
What's your answer? Have won 2 tickets to our next summer reunion whenever it happens.
2025.
Amy, who are you going to bring with you for the second ticket?
Me.
Cool. Well done. Right, stay in this chat for a minute, and I'll send you a message to tell you how to get your tickets. Yeah, everyone, the winner is Amy there. She has won 2 tickets to whenever the next Square Summer thing happens. And the answer was, of course, King Prawn.
So
So, well done, Amy, who has just won a pair of tickets to... You ugly goose. Just in time. Won a pair of tickets.
It was unsurprising to see Amy with a glass Prosecco.
It was Black Tower.
Hey, what can you do?
Was it?
Levermilch, Blue Nun.
Yeah, King Prawn was the answer, and King Prawn last summer were pretty much brilliant as a headliner. I think for those who knew who King Prawn were that had come along as King Prawn fans, it was a pretty special gig. And for the other hundreds of people that were there last summer, seeing King Prawn for the first time as well, I think they were just a perfect band for what we had going on.
And for most of Harlow,
surrounding
hearing King Prawn as well.
Yeah, all the people in Church Langley, they got to listen to King Prawn.
Yeah.
For nothing.
I enjoyed it.
But yeah, what a great band. What a great bunch of people. And that video there was from 2015, the last time I actually played at the Square. And I can see some comments coming in about, just look at that atmosphere that the place had. Right, cool. So, well done, Amy. See you at the gig when that happens. Right, we are now up to our kind of headliner act. So we've got another very special performance recorded, especially for you guys. And this is our headline act. It was mentioned at the very, very start in the credits that Jeff O from Buster Shuffle, another band that played the Square many times, but also grew up locally and used to come and watch bands at the Square. He has provided this set for us. So turn your speakers up and enjoy Jeffro from Buster Shuffle.
Hello, it's Jet from Buster Shuffle, doing a few songs for you on the Square Facebook page. How we miss the Square. Did quite a lot of shows there over the years with Buster Shuffle, and also saw quite a lot of shows there over the years. As a punter at one of the first places I can remember going to see gigs, so what a shame. Anyway, here's a few songs that we played at the Square over the years. I'm thinking, did we? Yeah, these ones would have fitted in. And also, I'm gonna try a couple of covers of bands that I've seen. Not too many. Bands that I saw that played there that meant a lot to us. Anyway, it's a song called The 38 about a bus in London that goes from Hackney through Easton all the way down. I said turn that music off your mobile phone, cause I don't want to listen to it. And neither does the rest of this bus, cause we all think it's a you think. Oh, we appreciate your beats and your tunes, but I just want to get to where I'm going and not have to look at you. Well, I suppose they are so passe, I think it's just the youth today. I bite my lip because I don't want trouble on the 30. I sit in silence imagining violence were to approach you. I said, excuse me mate, could you turn that off your phone? I don't want to argue, but I know better. That would be stupid. I don't want to get my head kicked in. And all for the sake of your silly music that is distorted. Well, I suppose they are so passe, I think it's just the youth today. I bite my lip because I don't want trouble on the 30. Antisocial in every way, the behaviour of today. When I get drunk, I'm just as much trouble on the 38. Son, you should have touched it. Now tell me where you live. I panic and I make up an address. I get summoned to court for justice to be bought, and I get fined £140 for a £1 ride. I could have cried. I said, I suppose they are so passe, I think it's just the youth today. I bite my lip because I don't want trouble on the 30, and he's social in every way. The behaviour of today. When I get drunk, I'm just as much trouble on the 38. I said on the 38. Well, I hate the 38. Oi, oi. Just warming up there. Get the old the old vocals going. And turn my little Hammond organ on. I turn my Hammond organ on. Oi, oi, oi. Sip of my tea. Excuse me whilst I gargle. One of our latest album, We Fall to Pieces. I'm gonna have myself a little vote about something that I don't know. You know the future of the youth lies in me. Oh yeah, but I better Google what it's about. You know I'm 82, but you know that I want out. Hey, 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 we fall to pieces for things that you never done. Hey, 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 we fall to pieces for things that you never done. I'll be 18 on my next birthday. I took my Spanish exam yesterday. You know the future's looking bright for me. Oh, I really wish that I could vote. Guess what? I'm not 72, so there's nothing that I can do. We fall to pieces for things that you never done. We fall to pieces for things that you never done. I'm only 17, so there's nothing that I could do. Hey, 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 we fall to pieces for things that you never done. Hey, 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 we fall to pieces for things that you never done. Hey, 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 we fall to pieces for money that is not gone. We fall to pieces for things that you never, the things that you never. Ever done. Thank you. Cool, apology for those jazz notes. They were absolutely free for you. I'll show you a little picture, hang on. It's a long way away. That is my favourite gig at the Square. Me and Jazz. We're very lucky to do about 10 different shows supporting Jazz and Dave over the years. How about this one? I don't know it all. Well, some people sing about Deutsche girls from California. They might be alright for a night, alright, but I don't trust them, I warn you. I've been to the east and I've been to the west and I've been all the world around. I ain't seen none come anywhere near the girls from London town. Give me a London girl every time. I've got to find one, I've made up my mind. Give me a London girl every time. I want a London girl. Marry a girl from London town and you know you can trust them. They'll don and wash your socks and mend your trousers if you bust them. They're all good cooks and they've got great looks and they won't lead you a dance. I'm gonna find me a London girl if I get off a chance. Oi, oi, give me a London girl every time. I've got to find one, I've made up my mind. Give me a London girl every time. I've got to find a London girl. I said, give me a London girl every time. I've got to find one, I made up my mind. Give me a London girl every time. I want a London girl. shortened versions. Right, couple more songs. This one called I Don't Trust a Word You Say. Written for most politicians out there. You're unbelievable. I don't trust a word that you say. Yeah, you're unbelievable. And I don't trust a word, a single word that you say. Yeah, all my friends have principles, they have principles, and I listen to them every day. All my friends are believable, they're believable, I listen to them every way. You, I don't really want to trust, I don't believe that I should give you much of my time and my faith. You're unbelievable, you're unbelievable. I don't trust a word that you say, I don't trust a word that you say. Yeah, all the dogs are out of date, they're all out of date, they're making it hard and getting in my way. All the rats are out of date, they're all out of date, they're nibbling in my way. You, I don't really want to trust, I don't believe that I should give you much of my time and my faith. Unbelievable, you're unbelievable. I don't trust a word that you say, I don't trust a word that you say. They have principles, they have principles, they have principles, they have principles. They're unbelievable, they're unbelievable, they're unbelievable, they're unbelievable. It's 'cause we don't trust you, I don't trust you. It's 'cause I don't trust you, I don't trust you. You, I don't really want to trust, I don't believe that I should give you my time, my time and my babe. You're unbelievable, you're unbelievable. I don't trust a word that you say, I don't trust a word that you say. You're unbelievable, you're unbelievable. I don't trust a word that you say, I don't trust a word that you say. Thank you very much. You've been great. This is Jet from Buster Shuffle. 30 years and now your marriage is over. I know you tried to make it work, but you were left on your own. He was feeling vulnerable and very, very hurt. But chin up, life goes on. You find yourself new lovers, build yourself new homes. Live life and be happy and move on. The house is gone, though we had some fun. Life just moves on and on. Well, my brothers and my sister, we're stuck like glue because of all the shit that I've been through in this life. You look out for number one, live your life and do your best. No place for don't go relax and rest. I can't afford to buy my own house, so I don't care for anyone. I'm looking out for myself. That's not true, just acting tough, but I do it to protect my health. So ladies and gentlemen, I give the bride and the groom are gonna do their first dance just for you. And then they're gonna cut the cake. Oh, what a big mistake you both have made with the money you paid. Your families don't like each other. Well, my mama's gonna sit there and stop like blue because of all this shit that I've been through in this life. You look out for number one, so live your life and do your best. No place for don't go relax and rest. I can't afford to buy my own house, so I don't care for anyone. I'm looking out for myself. That's not true, just acting tough, but I do it to protect my own. Well, I'm just feeling sorry for myself. Yeah, that's right, I'm just feeling sorry for myself. Well, I said I'm feeling very sorry for myself. I'm feeling sorry for myself. Well, my mama's and my sister, we're stuck like glue. I can't believe what happened to you in this life. You look out for number one, so live your life and do your best. No place for don't go relax and rest. I can't afford to buy my own house. Well, my brothers and my sister, we're stuck like glue because of all the shit that I've been through in this life. You look out for number one, so I don't care for anyone. I'm looking out for my myself. Yeah, that's not true, just like it up, I do it to protect my health. Thank you. Little facts about that song, brothers and sisters. Mickey Gallagher, Harlow resident, kindly agreed to play Hammond on that, and he wrote one of the best Hammond parts I think we've ever had on any of our records. It was a pleasure to work with him. I was a bit in awe. And all I was doing was asking questions about being in the Blockheads and playing with the Clash at Shea Stadium. But that was his part. Hope you're doing alright, Mickey. Last song, it's called You're Alright. Thank you very much for listening, if any of you are still listening. Be safe. Don't go out, for God's sake. Don't go out and walk about. Just stay put till we've got a vaccine or some sort of get out plan for this horrible flipping thing. See you soon. We're Buster Shuffle. You can buy a t-shirt if you want to support us, bustershufflemusic.com. If not, just walk around naked. You're in your own home. You can do what you like. Come on home. I said come on home. I said please girl, will you come on home? 'Cause you're my girl. You're my girl. I said please come home, 'cause you said you're my girl. And when you start to cry, that's when I know just what I've done. I know I make you sad. I'm not that bad, you're that bad. You're alright, you're alright. Things can get you down, but don't lose your smile. You're alright. See you and it makes you who you are. You're alright. Feeling down, you're better in a while. Please come home, 'cause I said that you're my girl. You went out today. Oh, I had a little think, and this is what I got to say. 'Cause you're mine, listen up. 'Cause you're my girl. I ain't saying silly things, but I hope you're still my girl. And when you start to cry, that's when I know just what I've done. Now I make you sad. I'm not that bad, you're that bad. You're alright, you're alright. Things can get you down, but don't lose your smile. You know it suits you and it makes you who you are. You're alright. Feeling down, you're better in a while. You're alright. Please come home, 'cause I said that you're my girl. 'Cause you don't know what you're missing. You don't know what you're missing. You don't know what you're missing. I don't know what I'm missing. You don't know what you're missing. I don't know what I'm missing. You don't know what you're missing. Now you don't know what you're missing. 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 You don't know, but it's alright. Things can get you down, but don't lose your smile. It suits you and it makes you who you are. Feeling down, you'll be better in a while. Oh, you alright. Things can get you down, but don't lose your smile. When it suits you and it makes you who you are. You're feeling down, you'll be better in a while. You alright. Please come home, 'cause I said that you're my girl. Thank you very much. Be safe. Look after each other. Thank you for tuning in. Sorry for the jazz notes. Elvino did flow last night. Be safe. Look after each other. Hey! Hey, you!
We talked about getting for Ronnie Scott's tonight. And I told him it's going to be. They're like, oh no, we can't no Funky Nation to the war. Like, yeah,
if you turn everyone would hear it now. We're back on. So
it's not that loud.
No, I'm saying if you turn it up, we could all hear it. What is a
I'll tell you
usual? What is this usual Saturday lockdown night like with Goose?
Got disco going on in the background.
Is how we're going to start the next 2 hours. This is my all this My Soul Radio, all these DJs. I know all these. I know Mike Vitti, Calvin Francis, Ronnie Harrell.
Is that just what plumbs 24/7 into your place?
Pretty much, mate. Yeah. I never turn the radio off, mate.
Oh yeah.
I don't like coming to a because I like living on my own now, and I get a bit kind of depressed. You know, I don't like coming home to a quiet flat. I need to have the radio on or music when I come.
Right. I saw Richard there. He popped in one sec. Just stuck on.
Yeah, so for everyone watching,
go for it.
Where the hell is Richard? We've lost him. He's been defeated by technology for a second.
No, I'm surprised. Of all the people, I never expected that of Richard. I expected that of me, not Richard.
It's like maybe he's fallen over.
I saw him. He popped up and now he's gone. But if he comes back, well, we're at the end of the show anyway, Goose, because it's 9:05.
Oh.
And we were meant to finish at 9.
So it's
who else is on? Is it all of it? Is it if everyone who's listening on?
We're done. That was it. Doors.
Is it just us?
Yeah, curfew was 9 o'clock.
Square, we're open till 3 a.m. normally. It's a 3 a.m. license.
Speak to the doorman. The doorman haven't turned up. So if there's no doorman, the license can't get extended.
So I'm in charge. We're open till 3 a.m. Crack on, son. What else you got? Graham, where are you?
We could no. Well, yeah. All right. That is it. That is it. Let's right.
Okay.
I think a few people have said this, and I was thinking this anyway. That should we do it next week?
Yeah, man, definitely. Yeah.
And I think we'll just do it every week until this coronavirus thing's over, and then we just should do it every week anyway. And if everyone starts being allowed out and they go out on Friday and Saturday nights, we'll just do it midweek or something like that. I don't know. Anyway,
it's going to be autumn time.
Yeah. So let's just do this right. So next week we are. That's the thing. It wasn't even down to a vote. We're going to do it next week anyway. Because I've had a few more videos sent through. And
Friday next week. We've got Saturdays. I saw something about Friday.
Friday. It's going to be Friday. So everybody watching, and thank you so much for watching and tuning in. And I hope you've enjoyed it. When I've been watching a few of other people's live videos, especially when it's local people and people, one of the things that people really enjoy and what I enjoy is just seeing familiar names popping up when it says so-and-so is watching with you and they all chat to each other. And I know we can't all be together, but this is a way of being together. So we'll do it next week. Next week's going to be. I was
going to say that's not just people that were, that's old school Square as well. I saw Jim Patton pop up in the chat. So it's sort of people from the 90s, the 80s, the 70s cropping up. Not that I'm saying Jim Patton.
We're all stuck at home, and we are trying to
wanking ourselves into oblivion.
Where was that mute button? No, I'm joking. We're trying to do the best we can to make people smile and keep ourselves from going insane. So yeah, next week, Friday. I hope you can all make it. I hope you enjoyed what we've done tonight. It was very, very last minute thrown together. So a big thank you to the people that contributed videos to it, to Graham for his DJ set, Henry, Mike, Keiren, Jeffro, especially for that set. Well done, Amy, for winning your tickets. Maybe we will have more competitions. We'll do stuff. Oh, one sec. Just before we go, someone's got to have the last word, haven't they? Here he is.
No, yes. Can someone put my drinks on the fucking comps list, please? As usual.
Right, note it down. Budget. Grant will probably swear at you.
I'm pressing the button, but it's not letting me let him in. Oh, no, there he is. Yes, there we go.
I'll look at him.
Is he back?
That's what's been going wrong. Look.
Drunken hussy.
That's why it wasn't working.
It's on the fucking comps list, please.
We've done our goodbyes. Right. We've done our goodbyes, Rich. You want to add to it?
Hello.
Nice goodbye.
Oh, bye.
Right. Thank you, everybody.
That's been fun.
Thank you very much.
Did you say do it next week?
Yeah, Friday though. Friday night. I've got something on Saturday.
Okay.
But next Friday, 7:30, facebook.com/The Square Harlow. And then every week after that. And even when we are allowed out, we just should do this kind of thing midweek otherwise, or whatever.
Who the fuck is Grant anyway?
Grant. He used to work behind the bar, cuts hair.
On a Sunday night though.
It's all right. He's not watching this because I know I saw on Instagram he's doing a pub quiz anyway. So, but yeah, thank you very much,
Oh, how
everybody.
boring. Yeah.
Should we all say bye and then I'll click on it?
Love you,
bye.
squareites. You squareites.
Bye-bye.
Love you all.